Hello. So, most people watching this will have heard of the logistics company, KNP, that recently hit the headlines uh, after unfortunately filing for administration. Now, the reason why this is only hitting the headlines now, when actually the incident happened in June 2023, is a few reasons. One is there's a BBC Panorama documentary reporting around coverage of this and what happened. There's a little bit of a shift from the technical aspect into the human. So up until recently, it was reported in up until the last couple of years, sorry, it was reported in cybersecurity and IT channels, whereas now it's looking at the human impact. It's a 150-year-old organization, 700 jobs lost, lessons learned, etc. It's timed with broader security concerns, so not only from M&S, Harrods, co-op attacks, but actually there's a general growing concern around the increase in cybersecurity issues and cyber attacks, which are affecting more. The NCSC has reported an increase on this. And the director, Paul Abbott, he's actually starting to speak openly about it at the moment, give lessons learned, explain what people should and shouldn't be doing around really good cybersecurity hygiene. And this kind of transparency that Paul is having drawing much more media attention to this. So what can businesses learn from this? Well, I've got an issue with this, and one of the main reasons for recording this video was that the main selling point, or the main point, sorry, for the issue was very focused around a weak password, and a stronger password would have prevented this. I have issues with this on a couple of reasons. One is, well, that's just one element to it, really. And I don't want businesses and organizations to think, okay, well, if we have a really good password policy, then we'll be in really good shape. But actually, that's missing the point completely. And the fact that, you've got to protect your business, you've got to have multiple layers of protection, and that's defense in depth. So if you think about the activity that happens through a typical attack, well, most ransomware attacks start from email. And if you have email security, that might stop the email from arriving into the user's inbox in the first place. If it does arrive, then the user awareness should be there, so that if a user does look at it, they should be able to spot or report it or raise some concerns that it's potentially malicious. User privileges, so if it does arrive in the inbox and the user believes it, and they open an attachment and click on a link or try to execute some malware, the user privileges should prevent that from happening. So they shouldn't have the administrative rights to be able to run the software. If it does get past those first three stages, then having good endpoint detection and response, EDR software would potentially prevent it from executing. Then you get to the point where you're looking at DNS level security. So if the email does arrive, user does believe it, they click on something, they execute something, they do have the privileges, the EDR software doesn't spot it, then we're going to looking at a point where, well, actually, what can we do at that point is, can we introduce DNS security, so that if the cyber threat actors, the malicious actors, they have to remote and control that, and DNS security can prevent that from calling out and prevent command and control response and activity. And then if you get past all of those layers and the ransomware or something does try to execute, then the segmentation, having micro segmentation, will prevent that. So if you think about it like that, from multiple layers of defense, not one layer is going to prevent you from being attacked by cyber criminals, but multiple layers. It just has those multiple layers of defense, and that's why we in the cybersecurity industry very much focus on that defense in depth strategy. So the point is what I'm saying here is, don't think that, okay, well, we've got really secure passwords and we'll be fine, or we've got cyber insurance, we'll be fine, or we've got really good email security, therefore we'll be fine. All of those things are likely at some point or another to have gaps in them. So by having multiple layers, it aligns it in such a way that the gaps don't, really invite a ransomware attack like this unfortunate situation that we've been reading about. So your approach should involve multiple layers. Make sure you're doing your best to understand those layers and how effective they're operating, and that's then going to put you in really good shape. So hope that was useful. Let me know if you want any more information on this, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments.